All right, y'all. Um, the election is over. Um, from what I'm gathering, they're calling it over. There's nobody going against the election, or the election is over. Point blank. Period. And what we're gonna talk about right now is what happened. What the fuck happened? And I'm gonna tell y'all. I was just working out, so I'm in my workout good. I'm gonna tell y'all. A lot of this I seen, but I didn't put my finger on it. I seen it, but I didn't put my finger on it. And when I went out and I talked to people in the hood, and I asked them, I was like, "What do you think about Kamala Harris?" And they didn't want to tell me. They didn't want to speak up on her. And I've never, when it comes to black folks, if it's something that we feel passionate about, we gonna represent it. I don't care who say this and this and this, especially black females. Like I asked black females, and one didn't even know who she was. Like that is not that's not gonna win no election. Like when Obama ran, everybody knew who the fuck Obama was. Every black person knew who Obama was. Plain blank period. It wasn't no question. We didn't we didn't come with it like that. Give me a second, y'all. Hello. Good morning. I'm doing good. Oh, thank you. I thought it goes. Thank you. Yeah. Let me call you right back. I might be okay though. Let me call you right back. Okay. Okay. So we didn't. There's four things, and I'm gonna go over the four things. First thing was economic. Okay. Um, we didn't see Biden's recovery fast enough. You only got 3 years to really be in office to do something. Three and a half years. That's all you have to do anything. So in order to turn this country around from the direction it was going, you got 3 years to turn this big ass ship around and go in the other direction, and then keep working. You know what I'm saying? You can see stuff. Gas prices like $3. They drop it. We don't have these high gas prices. You know what I'm saying? I put $10 in my tank the other day. I got like $90 worth of 90 gallons worth 90 miles on $10. That's not bad. But it didn't happen fast enough where people could enjoy it. You know, so if this would have happened back last Christmas and people were able to buy more gifts, people were able to buy this extra stuff, then yes, maybe we could have, you know what I'm saying, enjoyed it and it would have looked better on paper. But those things didn't happen. So when America went to the ballot box, like economics was on their mind. And they remembered extra money during the Trump era. They remember that. So economics played a big part in her losing the race. The second, and I'm gonna say the second, because I'm gonna throw it up there, and I put it in the line up there. And I'm not trying to be racist. Don't Please understand me. I'm not trying to be racist, but working Latino men, these guys that are work, the same guys that I was talking about who work on houses, who are the same guy you saw in the picture yesterday. If you was to ask him, the same guy saw in the video, he was talking about how black people don't stick together. If you were to ask him who was he voting for, he gonna tell you Trump, because they see Democrats as giving, and not working for shit. And then they come up here and they like, we working for our shit, and they look at Trump as somebody who helps the working man, somebody who's gonna go out there and work and get it. Democrats ain't convinced Latino people of shit. except for the fact to get them food stamps or something like that when they first get here. Or I don't even know if they get food stamps, but they wane off of that. And they buying houses, they buying cars, they building wealth. And we didn't think about that. Whoever thought that Kamala Harris was going to win didn't think of the Latino population, because the Latino population is huge. Like I said, you go to the East Block, every third house is Latino. I've never heard of Mexicans saying, "Oh, we're going to vote for Harris." Harris, you didn't hear that. And I'm not knocking they vote for what they. That's what you vote for, who you want to represent you. So I'm not knocking they vote. Don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking they vote. But we thought about white, black, Asian. This country right now is white, black, Asian, and Mexican. That's America. That's the new America. And you can no longer run a campaign and not include black, white, Asian, and Latino. Now, if you think like black men don't want a woman running their country, their lives, or whatever, then imagine how a Latino gonna feel about a black woman running their lives. That shit ain't gonna happen. That's not even a little bit. They thinking that's gonna happen. So it has become harder. It just became harder without us even knowing. It became hard as hell for us to ever. As when I'm talking about ever, I'm talking about us. I'm talking about black people. It's become hard. It became harder as hell for us to ever win a presidency again. Because now we added a new layer. We have to convince Asians to vote for us, and we have to convince Mexicans to vote for us. And we got the daunting task to have white people vote for us. That shit ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Was Obama a good president, a good black president? Yes. There's some things he did. There's some things he should have did. But was he a good president for the most? Yes, he might have been one of the best. But if you hear the way they talk about him, the way they down him, the way they knock him as being, and Trump would tell you, oh, he's one of the worst presidents ever. Biden was one of the worst presidents ever. Everybody was the worst president ever, is what they telling these people. So if I follow Trump, if Trump my homie, Trump is that's who I'm gonna follow, then I'm gonna believe what he say. And yeah, Obama was the worst president ever, because a lot of people don't do their research to see, well, okay, Obama did this, he did this, he did that, he did that. We don't do that shit as a country. We only go by what we hear and shit like that. So Obama was a bad president, is what they're gonna tell you. Biden was a bad president. All of them schooled Kamala Harris, so she's gonna come in, she's gonna be even worse. And that's the message they stuck with. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, when it comes to fear is up here on my list. When it comes to fear and how you can control people with fear, you can control people with fear. That's what laws are. If I stay here and go steal something right now, ain't nobody gonna come get me right now unless I get caught. But the fear that I'm gonna get arrested, the fear that I'm gonna go to jail, that they put in you is gonna make you stop from stealing. And they're using fear to control people. I said before, I met this white lady who lived on Currency. A couple of like 3 blocks from the East Bluff, and when East Bluff gets to it's what compared to people McClure, people consider the bad part. She was telling me that she moved here 3 years ago, bought a big nice house right there, because she didn't know the area. She was like, "Oh my God, people say that back there, all this type of stuff goes on, and da da da, and I need to make sure I don't go back there." And the fear that people, the fear that people put in her, caused her not to even go 3 blocks back that way. The hood to me and you is cool because we know that's my uncle live in the hood, my nephew live in the hood, my cousins live in the hood. To some people don't nobody they know live in the hood. So I'm never going to the hood. I'm just gonna hear about it. Them black people going crazy. Anytime somebody, one of us, do some stupid shit, killing each other, shooting, killing kids get killed. Because people they don't understand, they definitely can't understand that. Why are they killing their own kids? Why are they killing kids? They don't understand that. I don't understand it. But we have to deal with it because it's a part of our reality. I don't understand why we kill each other. So imagine how they feel. They definitely know they like they animals. They out there physically every day looking for somebody to kill. If I go down there, I'm gonna get killed. That's what they think. If I go down there, my purse will get snatched. So they don't go. Mexican men every day they working on them roofs and they see brothers hanging outside, kicking it, driving their cars, booming their system, and that's what dude came up. Y'all try to compete with each other. They try to have the best cars, the best women, the best this, the best that. We all won't even stick together. They in our area. They live in the hood. They see this shit every day. They see every day filling up the liquor store. Now they go to the liquor store too at night and get they liquor. They sit in the liquor store all day, every day. So imagine what they think about us. Then you want one of us to be president? You want me? I'm Latino. You want me to go vote for somebody in a race that I go see every day, kicking it, drinking it, getting high, sexy red. Let the kids listen to sexy red, twerking. And you want me to go vote for somebody in their community for president? Imagine how you would think. Imagine that. It's to a point where abortion people willing to give up that in order to have uh, Vice President Kamala Harris not be president. They're willing to give up certain freedoms. We talk about food stamps. You like if you get food stamps, I don't get food stamps. I buy food stamps for somebody, but sometimes those people cut me off. They be like, I ain't gonna say no food stamps. To be honest, they be like, hey, it's been months. People get feelings. I don't get feelings because I know it's just if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. But people who don't get food stamps, who got to go to the grocery store every day. I go to the grocery store just to buy a few things, and I'm on a diet right now. I go to the grocery store to buy a few things to get me through a couple of days, and it'd be like $25, $30 for a few items. And I'm like, how in the world is somebody feeding their family? And I'm only getting three, four, five things, and it's costing me $24, $30. And I don't eat like soup sometimes. Sometimes I try to eat a little good, but mostly my meals consist of soup. That shit is expensive. And people are looking at the current administration as the one ruining their life. May they bills more. That's what they're looking at. Kamala Harris and Biden. That's what they're looking at. The number four thing, and I'm gonna wrap it up with this. We're gonna talk about this more, keep coming back with this more, but y'all, men, us men, we're not ready to have a female president. And that's one thing I don't think that they thought about when they even had Kamala Harris as vice president. Yes, it's a good thought to have a female black president. Like every day I wake up, I would have been like in awe, like and I told people like, if Trump would have lost, I would be afraid to go outside today. I really would because I think that would have created a lot of violence that I don't think our country is ready for. So I got to think like that, man. Like people, black men, white men, especially white men. White men are not ready to have no black females tell them what to do and how to live their life. We're not ready for that. I'm not just speaking myself. I'm just saying, as far as all majority of black men, wasn't ready for that, and I've seen that. Like doing my podcast, like people wasn't feeling Kamala Harris at all. There are certain individuals, but in the majority of people was not feeling Kamala Harris, and they showed that. So those concerts, rallies, Beyonce, and all that. Beyonce right now, her husband Jay Z, his shit don't look good right now with P Diddy. I mean, I don't see how we could look at Beyonce and be like, oh yeah, yeah, she. And it look like Beyonce right now, like Beyonce hide from the public as far as with those allegations. It feel like Jay Z missing. So I don't know if that was the best approach to use Beyonce like that right now. Who knows? That's crazy. Taylor Swift, one of the biggest pop stars, endorsed Kamala Harris and still she lost. That's crazy. I bet Trump is feeling good right now because he said he was more popular than Taylor Swift, and he probably proved it. There's gonna be some drastic changes. Like people think like it's just gonna be okay, another president taking over. It's gonna be some drastic changes. So with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. My name is Johnny, and this is Live with Johnny. We out.